Yeah, you got to remain positive because if you go out there every night mad and frustrated, it's going to wear on you and nothing but bad could come from that. You got to look past that game last night and try to do your best to come out and play it's better every game.
I was talking with Byron a little while ago, and I said, with the changes in the lineup, it's almost like starting over again.
Yeah, most definitely. And, it's always tough the first day, changing the roster. Some players probably still be in their feelings or in their emotions, and, others trying to adapt to, starting roles and playing with different people, so I think tomorrow should be a better game for us.
What keeps your spirits up?
Oh, man, it's life, really, just, knowing I can go out there and things could change any day, so, no sense of just being sad or something, I done seen too much of that. All right. And, if y'all want to come hang out with us at the movies, we always down.
Because we have done that.
It was pretty cool. Anything?
Practice with this group.
With the
new lineups.
there's a little change, because Jeremy Lin liked to look for, a shot, a little bit more than Ronnie Price. So, have to adapt to different players playing different positions now.
Do you get a sense of kind of how long you think it might take to feel like those adaptations kind of become normal?
I told them, they coming into my unit. Don't come in messing up my household. I got this thing under control, right? So I'm telling we got a strict, situation here. So I talked to Booz, I talked to Jeremy Lin, and they starting to get it. We the energy guys. We the guys that, get up and down the court, try to bring the crowd into it and, have fun. And we leave that serious stuff to, Kobe and them on the court.
And Byron Scott has said that as far as the starting lineup changes, he never really even thought about moving you there because he felt like he loves your role on the bench and that you love your role on the bench. Do you think that too?
Yeah, I'm with whatever though. If they want me to start, I like to hear my name called in that starting lineup sometimes. And, see how I feel to play with, Kobe a little bit more, but I'm comfortable. I'm good in my situation. I know what I got to do out there, and if I don't feel like changing right now.
Do you ever think though, like, maybe it would be nice to have my name called?
Yeah, it do. I thought for sure I might start. I wasn't sure. Me and Wes was talking about it. I thought it was either gonna be me or Wayne or something like that, but we'll see. As long as I'm out there trying to still get buckets and do my thing, I'll be all right.
Nick, you guys have struggled at Staples Center. Is
Yeah.
that frustrating for you?
Yeah, especially for me, especially coming back. I played, I think 4 or 5 games at the Staples Center just now, so I only won one. So for me personally, I want to win more games. And the Bulls last night, I don't know if it touched everybody, but it touched me. So, I don't like to feel a certain way or feel like I'm not doing my job out there. So.
Before that Boston game, there was a sense that you guys were starting to get it.
Yeah.
4-4 in the last 8,
Yeah.
and it's kind of put a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
These last 2. Is the effort level been questioned?
No, I just think, some guys, you got to enjoy the game still. I think we putting too much pressure on ourselves, certain people out there to do the right thing and not mess up instead of just going out there and play, and, that's one thing I learned from, just playing the game of basketball. You just got to go out there and have fun and, play your game, really.